Okay, guys, thank you for joining me again. I started a Facebook Live at 5:20 or 5:25 or whatever, and I've been having really bad connectivity issues, and so I just decided I'm just gonna close up shop and try again. Take two. Okay, so Amy was with me earlier, my friend Amy from high school. Actually, I knew Amy when I was in grade school. We went to different grade schools, but I knew Amy, and then we went to high school together. Got into a lot of trouble. It was super fun. College, got into a lot of trouble. Super fun. So, rewind, quick synopsis of what you missed in version number 1, which has now been deleted of this broadcast because it was poor quality internet reception. Basically, it's been a hell of a day. I'm drinking it right out of the bottle. I was late, was stuck in traffic, and we're eating the lunchables just in honor of going back to school. A lot of us are sitting here trying to celebrate going back to school. And some of us are having a hard time with that because they're like, oh, I'm so sad. Like, my kid's going to school and I have to wake up and have a routine. I'd rather just have the summer. And then there are the other parents that are listening at the other camp who's saying, I can't wait for my kids to go back to school. I can't do this anymore. They need to get out of my house. They need to get out of my hair. Who joined? Come and say hi. I'm not sure. Amy, did you rejoin? Because I'm so sorry I had to drop off and redo this. But yeah, so there's the two camps. That, oh, I'm so sad to start school. And others like, I'm so glad to start school. Yeah, it's been rough, right? It's not going to be rough for long. It's just the first days of school, like getting the kids into a routine and dragging them out of bed and getting the supplies and going to the open houses and the orientations and all of that and homework and getting back in routine. It's going to be rough for a bit, but it's going to be all right. So I'm digging on it. Hey, who joined? But yeah, it was rough goings. I've been in this for about 2 weeks now. And, I'll just paint a picture about how my day started, or how my day went. It wasn't horribly bad, but, I just look back on it and go, yeah, my day was like a day of sound bites as a parent. You ever remember one of those days where you're like, oh my gosh, this is a sound bite. This is yeah. So, I'm drinking Zinfandel. I don't care what you're drinking, because you know what? It's a Lunchable. You know what? It was so funny. I saw someone talking about this, and they were saying, you know what? Lunchables prepared me. Who would have known that eating Lunchables like this would have prepared me for, wine and cheese platters and cracker platters. But yes. But as I was saying, when we were growing up, these kind of came into the picture. Lunchables came into the picture in the 80s, I think. Hey, Chrissy Hall, how are you? I don't have a glass, and it doesn't matter because it's one of those days. How's back to school treating you? So, I don't mean to date myself, but I was in grade school in the 80s. And I remember it was such a status symbol to have a Lunchable. It was a big deal. And so you would beg your mom for Lunchables, and they were expensive. They really are. And so moms, I know, I knew moms they would try to make the same lunch and put it in your lunch, all the same stuff, but then you get into but it's not a Lunchable. And so it became a status symbol. And so I remember some moms would go out and buy one and then just prepackage and repackage the food. They would just stock the same box full of their own food, so it looked like it was a Lunchable, but it really wasn't. But in my day, it was only one Lunchable flavor or whatever. Now they've got a cornucopia flavors, and they're expensive. They're $2.50 a box, right? And now parents look at you and go, "Oh, you took a shortcut giving your kids some processed junk in a box. Kudos to you, Mom Fail," right? You might as well go on to McDonald's. McDonald's is probably more healthy than this. So when I was growing up, this is what was in your Lunchable. It was ham and cheese and crackers, and I don't know, maybe raisins. Was there raisins in it or something? And then there was maybe a piece of chocolate, and that was it. And now it's turkey and cheese and crackers and a Reese's and a Capri Sun. Capri Suns are the devil. Do you remember when Capri Suns, when we were kids growing up with Capri Suns? Now they're all easy, right? Because now they've got that little hole puncher on it so that your kids can stick it in the little hole. When we were growing up, we didn't have that hole. You really were jamming that damn straw into the pouch, right? And you would really have to have some mad skills to get that in there. Hey, Carrie, how are you? Yep. Remember that, Carrie? We just logged in. That's okay. We've had some technical difficulties. We've had some late starts. We're drinking straight out of the bottle. I look skinny. I love you. Summer does not bode well with me because summer we spend at the beach and we drink a lot of adult beverages and don't get to the gym every day, and so I feel kind of crappy. I even went to the chiropractor today. I need to talk to your sister about chiropractic because I had something up my nose. Yeah, I went to the chiropractor today. I need to get adjusted because I got issues. But that's neither here nor there because that's all going to be fine today. I already taken some sort of leave. I'm taking a leave. Am I that old and I'm taking a leave? Oh my gosh. Well, went to the gym today, did some yoga, and right after yoga, I went to get adjusted at the chiropractor, and boy, did he crack me up and down in 6 ways in Sunday. But anyway, so Lunchables, back. Carrie, did you ever eat a Lunchable? Like, I don't think my mom ever let me have one. My mom was like literally, she was such a bad lunch making mom. She would like throw a sandwich and an apple in my lunch bag literally for 8 years of my life, and I threw it out every day. And I think to myself, and I remember screaming in the car today because I was like, I picked up the kids from school and their lunches were still not eaten, and I'm like, why am I making these damn lunches if nobody's gonna eat them? I'm not gonna make lunches anymore. Have you ever made that threat? Mm-hmm. And you still make the damn lunches, don't you? And you still. And I thought, and for a while, I would just keep reserving the same lunch over and over and over again until it either got moldy or gross, or they actually ate the damn thing. Or I would serve it at dinner, I'd serve it at breakfast. Didn't matter. Still didn't eat it. Didn't even have time for a glass today. I like literally was gnawing at this to get the bottle open because I needed it so bad. So yeah, so now there's more than one little flavor of these Lunchables. Have you seen this? It's crazy. This is like a $2.50 box. Really? For sure? For real. And was I talking to you guys about I did talk to you guys about the Capri Sun, right? How we had to like jab it when we were growing up because they didn't have the little foil hole. You had to like really like get your biceps on. Anyway, so then there's this. Then there's these like pizza Lunchables that are, I've never even had them, but they sound utterly disgusting. And there was someone that was talking about them, and they were saying that like this is their comfort food. Okay, that's your comfort food. You didn't have Lunchables? A round of Togos on his table in 3rd grade. He did. He bought a round of Togos. Are you serious? He would be like my best friend. Seriously, I'm in love with your son. Not in a creepy way, by the way. Okay, so yeah, so they have like, this is what I grew up on. Now they got this pizza number, and I think they even have like nachos or build your own tacos, and I'm just like, that's disgusting, right? Because they're all cold. Like you eat them cold, you get these in the refrigerator section. And I'm thinking to myself, how did we keep these, like we would put them in our lunch bags, and how did they stay cold all day, right? Because there's no refrigeration. I mean, the refrigeration is necessary. I guess, I don't know. Maybe they're full of preservatives. That's where it comes from. And I was saying here, but like they think that they're like uber healthy because they say that there's 11 grams of protein. 11 grams of protein. Forget the fact that there's a Capri Sun in here, Reese's Pieces, but there's 11 grams of protein in here, people. Let's see. Ooh, and there's an Airhead in this one. Okay, and this one's got 15 grams of protein. I want to know how there's 15 grams of protein in this tiny little gross-looking pizza thing. And less in this. But anyway, so this is like, we were talking about this, like how moms would like buy one of these and then just keep stuffing lunches in here that were not really Lunchables, but they came in a Lunchable box, so you like felt like you were socially acceptable because you had a Lunchable. But now we've got these bento, like those like bento boxes or whatever that you get that you can like meal prep for, which I did this week. And if you have had the chance, you guys, to go take a look at my blog, and I posted about it, like, I can't believe how much easier my life was that I just like meal prepped and like pre-prepped all their meals all week. I have this like system now where it's like I have like prep part of their lunch, and the other part of their lunch they get to pick out of bins, like a station, right? So like I have their sandwich prepped and maybe some fruit and some vegetables prepped, and it's in a little bento box which has little compartments, right? Just Tupperware things. And then they go to their bins and they pick their snack, they pick their juice, they pick their, I don't know, their treat or whatever, and they pick their chips or whatever, and they help me package their lunch every day. So it's starting to, you know, give them some feeling like independence. A little hard on my 3-year-old, but we're getting there. Anyway, so I did this week for the first time ever, and it was actually really cool. I'm really glad I did it. But yeah, so back to those special like bento boxes, those little Tupperware boxes that have little different compartments in it, and there's just one top on it. Yeah, like why couldn't you just make your own makeshift Lunchable, right? Right? Okay, well, okay, so I digress. I have really been drinking a lot of this wine. I think I had a can of tuna today and like protein shake, and I'm about a third of the way into this bottle, so. But it's quiet, I'm at the beach, and my kids aren't banging down the doors. So, which ones are we going to try first? I can't believe, Kira, you've never had any Lunchables. And you know what, I was talking with your brother today. Well, I was texting with your brother today. I had no idea that he went to like a Christian school until he was like in 3rd grade. I had no idea that he had vision issues. I had no idea about any of that. my best friend since I was like 15. How did I not know any of this stuff? Live and learn. Okay, so I don't even know which one of these things. I'm not going to even touch the Capri Suns because those are going to go to my kids, right? Because, I'm that kind of mom. Like, they really need a little bit more sugar, right? Yeah. But I will tell you, have you ever tasted it? It's like, it's the Capri Sun tropical flavor. If I haven't told you this already, there's a trick to it. You get the Capri Sun tropical flavor and you kind of cut the corner off of it and you pour some tequila in it and it's like a poor man's margarita. I learned that on Pinterest. Pinterest, Mom! You just won't eat them. Well, Carrie, I'm taking one for the team. I don't know, this one's got 15 grams of protein. I don't see any of these saying that they are gluten-free. I feel like it's so fun how everybody's like says, it's gluten-free. Like, it's super healthy because it's gluten-free. Like, I have a bag of Doritos that says that they're gluten-free. Not healthy for you, but it's gluten-free. Okay, so let's take this out of the box for all those moms that are good moms and yay, Pinterest. I know, okay, so Capri Sun. Like I said, if you get the tropical fruit flavor, apparently you can. There's the Capri Suns now that are like, I don't know, they're like Capri Sun splashes that are like zero, like very little sugar and they're mostly water. And there's no colors or dyes or anything like that. They're better for you. They don't taste as good, but like you clip the corner here, right? And you pour in some tequila and you take the straw and you drink it out and it's like a poor man's margarita. Just saying. In case you don't have any wine to drink tonight. Hey, Carrie, how you doing? Tell me. Now are your kids all gone now? Like, are they all off to school? Some are in college, right? Carrie, I remember doing the dollar dance with you at your wedding. This is what you get. Oh, where's my Airhead? For $2.50. A cellophane plastic box full of disgustingness. Oh, but we're going to make my own pizza. Okay, so tell me about your day and how your back to school started. Let me tell you a little bit about my day. This is how it started. Started with me waking up and trying to make healthy pancakes, protein powder, and bananas and oatmeal for my kids, taking care of the dog, trying to feed them and trying to keep them from killing each other, and super healthy, Airhead, yeah. And then next thing I know, I'm like, how could anybody eat this pizza? It's not warm. Like, this is it's like ketchup and cheese on a freaking pita. All right, well, I'm taking one for the team. Anyways, so I wake up, like I said, making breakfast for the kids, super healthy pancakes, and taking care of the dog. And I had to make my daughter these sensory bottles for her third, grade, or no, not grade, 3-year-old pre-K class. I felt like Eddie Murphy at the homemade burger. I know. I had to make these sensory bottles for my 3-year-old's preschool class, and I felt really super accomplished about that. And I had to bring all of these treasure box treats for my son's 6th grade class, or not 6th grade, 6-year-old class, 1st grade. And I'm like, they have all this stuff that they got to bring to school on Fridays. They've got to bring canned goods for the charities, and they've got to bring their books back to school. And Fridays are also a church day at school, so they have a special uniform. It's a formal uniform for church days. So I'm getting all this stuff together. I'm like, okay. I go to grab my husband and be like, hey, can you help me with this? The man is still freaking sleeping in the bed. I'm like, would you get your sorry ass out of the bed while I'm running around like a chicken with a head cut off, taking care of these crazy kids who are beating on each other because one of them doesn't want the other one to see their Pokemon book. Okay, this is seriously ketchup squirting out of a bag onto a pita something. And they give me 2 choices of cheese. It looks like mozzarella. Oh gosh, I'm really taking one for the team on this one. And cheddar. Or American. I don't know. This is it, people. I'm kind of freaked out by the whole premise. This may not get completely eaten. Okay, so, and then my dog is barking and she wants to go out. So, taking care of the dog, taking care of the kids, getting everybody ready to go to school with all the extra stuff that has to happen on Friday and just all the extra stuff that has to happen with being a mom. Husband's sleeping, kids are beating on each other. And then, finally get them to eat, get them to brush their teeth, and it's time to get them into their uniforms. And it's a Friday, and on Friday we have church at school, Catholic school. So they have to wear these special dress uniforms. Okay, like the girls have to wear these like Peter Pan collar shirts with big poofy sleeves and like the plaid jumpers, and they have to wear either tights or like knee-high wool socks. And the boys have to wear these long khaki pants with a belt and this monogrammed, button-down shirt with a tie and all that. And keep in mind, it's like 90 degrees here in North Carolina and super humid. This is the first time my sons had to wear my kids have had to wear the uniform. I swear when I tried to put it on my son, it was like, the uniform might as well have been made of razor blades. He was like, what are you making me wear? This hurts, this itches. I'm like, you need to wear it. It's Friday. This is your new dress uniform for Friday. And you know what? It's the church day, so you need to wear it. It's new. Everyone's going to be wearing it. You just need to just suck it up and do it. Whined and screamed. It was like World War III in my house with this freaking uniform. Screaming. Finally got him to like calm down and wear it. Had a belt, had a tie. It was madness. And he kept saying, okay, so then when Mass is over, we have Mass at 9 o'clock in the morning. So when Mass is over at 10, I can get into my regular uniform, right? Which is like navy blue shorts and a polo. Nope, you gotta wear this all day. But what? And then I won't be able to go out on the playground and play. Yeah, you will. But in my dress uniform? Yep. You know how much I paid for that dress uniform? I paid $100 a kid for that friggin' dress uniform. Which they can't stand. And seriously, it's like wearing cardboard. Like, I don't know how these kids wore it. It's like super duper starched. Crazy madness. Carrie, did any of your kids have to wear uniforms? Oh gosh, I have to take a bite of this. It tastes more like a taco. Than a pizza. Okay, so get the kids off to school. Get the kids off with all the stuff that they need to have off, which is like, with some extras because it's a Friday. Because the teachers need some extra stuff. So, you get them to school. I don't know. I actually got a shower today, so that was a good thing. Totally a good thing. And then I had to run to the gym. Missed my yoga class, but I got to do a bar fit class. And my bar fit instructor kicked my ass to the point where I almost wanted to cry. But there went to the chiropractor. Chiropractor adjusted the daylights out of me, and he was saying, I said, normally when I get adjusted, I get like cracked all over the place, cracked all the way up and down. Like I feel like a lot of relief because there's a lot of pressure. He basically looked at me and said, honey, I don't know how to tell you this, but you're aging. And as you age, you're not going to feel that kind of release and those loud pops and cracks and stuff because you're aging, and you're not as flexible anymore. I did not need to hear that. Went home. This is seriously like eating a taco. Went home to find my real estate agent. Wasn't that sassy? Sitting in my driveway with my husband because we're trying to put our house in Greenville in North Carolina on the market because my husband's going to end up getting a job and relocating. We have to sell our house in Greenville. We don't plan on selling the beach house. We plan on trying to keep it. Fingers crossed, right? So, some bad news that the market's not doing so well. We're praying we're going to get what we paid for the house, which is a suck bill. All I'm asking for is like a break even, and I don't even think we're going to get a break even. And add insult to injury, my husband still has not gotten a contract from the place that gave him an offer. Remember, my husband was laid off. Yada. We spent the first 4 days this week in California because they wanted to meet with him personally. They wanted us to tour around the city, make sure that we could find a place to live, blah blah blah. So, needless to say, we're like, we don't want to put our house here on the market until my husband actually gets handed a contract. No contract. Waiting for that so that we can put the house on the market. If the house on the market sells, what are we gonna do? We're gonna have to move to the beach. Well, I'm gonna be staying here for a while and my husband's literally gonna be living in like the Motel 8 or renting a Prius in California to see how it all flushes out. It's not the best job in the world, but at least it's a paycheck. And I'm thinking, I wish I could go back to work, but like, there's no way I could make enough money. Okay, so that's the digression. So basically, the real estate agent came to us and said, you're not going to get as much for your house as you pay for it, and that was kind of a bummer. Carrie, you've had to move around. You're West Coast, aren't you? Arizona, where are you now? So, yeah. So, then it was like my husband had some more interviews on the phone today, and then it was a mad dash to like get packed for here, and blah, blah, blah. Go to pick up my kids from school, which is a whole nother, like, that's a Facebook Live in itself. They've completely changed our pickup times and procedures, and it's thrown everyone for a freaking loop. And literally, I went to go pick up my kids, and as all these kids are like exiting the school, they're literally ripping off their dress uniforms because they are so hot and so uncomfortable. Principal is not what we say super open to making any adjustments. It's literally like 90 degrees with 100% humidity, and these kids are wearing like wool freaking knee-highs and tights. So then I go to get my kids, go to put my daughter in the car, and she looks at me and she says, Mommy, I had an accident. And I said, oh, did you have an accident today in like preschool? Did you, like, because I don't know if you saw my previous post, but like, yes, it was yesterday or the day before, like the preschool teacher texted me saying, your daughter woke up from her nap on her like nap mat and literally just stood up and peed all over everything. That's apparently how we roll these days. So laundry, bleach, okay, we're out. So I'm thinking, okay, I'm just putting her in the car going, oh gosh, but I don't see any like bag of wet clothes. The teacher didn't tell me anything. I'm like, what are you talking about that you had an accident? She goes, just now. She literally got in my car, stood there, and peed herself in my car, and then told me about it. In front of me. Mom, it was an accident. Stood in front of me in the car and peed herself. In the car. Put her in the car. Oh. When I picked up my son, ripped off all of this scratchy uniform. Green grass stains all down the front of his dress pants. There was OxyClean when we got home. And I literally was like, okay, I'm putting you and your wet pants into the car seat. And I don't even know if there's urine all over the floorboards of my car. Yep, get home to have to like literally throw him back in the car and then come here to the beach, and that hence out the way. And let's see how much of this bottle is gone now. Yeah, a good half. So I'm feeling a little bit better now. But this Lunchable, like that, I know that there's people that absolutely adore this pizza Lunchable thing, but it's really, really not so lovely. Anyways, okay, so tell me about your first days back at school. I have like a pile of garbage here on the floor. I don't even know what my kids are gonna eat today. I have like no food here. Ooh, Tanya, are you here? Tanya? Tanya's daughter is amazing. Another Capri Sun. Tanya's daughter is amazing. Tanya has this amazing daughter. Like I said, hubby and I had to go to California for a couple of days this week because we had to deal with the whole job thing and interviewing and stuff. And Tanya's daughter watched my two kids. Took them to school every day. Made sure they had all of their lunches and stuff. Picked them up every day. Fed them. And she had a real knack. Like, I don't know if you guys have all experienced this, but it's like, why is it that kids will obey everyone but their parents? Like, my kids are like Damien and Malachi. They will not listen to either me or my husband at all. But yet, a complete stranger comes in and they'll listen to everything they say. And they loved her. They loved her. They were sad when she was gone. I was sad when she was gone too. I want her to move in. She's really awesome. So, Yeah, and it wasn't too terrible of an experience because when she left, we're like, would you like to babysit for us again? And she said yes. Because they feel safe with us? Is that what it's all about? Okay, I might actually eat this Reese's. And my kids are super in love with these Airhead things. Give me a Reese's any day. But I'm surprised that they put a Reese's in here because there's peanut butter in here, and that's an allergen. And I will tell, did any of your kids, will they ever, any of them eat that sun butter crap? That, that soy butter madness? Yeah. Well, I used to eat soy butter because I used to be vegetarian. I used to eat Vigenet's, vegetarian freaking mayonnaise. I don't know what I was thinking. That stuff is not the true thing. I will eat Jif peanut butter out of a jar. If I was to be sent to the electric chair today, that's what I'd ask for my last meal. Jif peanut butter in the jar. Okay, we've moved on to this Lunchable, which is now Capri Sun, turkey, crackers, and peanut butter, something or other. She misses them? Does she really? No. Is she right up here? Is she all there? My kids do miss her. They did really love her a lot. And I was so super grateful because she was so great. I walked home, I'm like, oh, she made their beds and she put their little stuffed animals up here. And I remember texting her saying we're on our way home, and she's like, not everything is back in the right places. And I was like, that's all right, whatever. Just as long as my kids aren't bleeding and they're fed and they're clean. I came home and she had her hair all done and braided. They let this beautiful woman who was sitting for my children braid her hair. I can't even brush my daughter's hair. They let her braid her hair with bows and the whole 9 yards. Didn't even whimper. I remember texting her during the week saying, how are things going? She goes, your daughter's in timeout because she hit your son with the sword. And she was totally in timeout. She's totally cool with it. If I was in that situation, my daughter would end up hitting me with the sword. See, this is much more my speed. Cheese, crackers, turkey. We love your daughter. Do you see where the level of this wine bottle is right now? I was not brave enough to try the taco version of the Lunchables. I'm surprised I was brave enough to try the freaking pizzas. I respect those that love the pizzas. I'm just not one of them. It's like a ham and cheese platter. I don't know if you guys all or turkey and cheese platter. I don't know if you guys saw the other post that I put forth, and it's all over me. It's not something original. It's not something I made up. It was just it's been around. Where kind of said I want Lunchables for moms, and my Lunchable as a mom, it would be cheese, chocolate, and wine, right? So this moment right here of cheese, crackers, turkey has, this is what you grow into after a Lunchable. What was your boy's favorite? Hey, what was your boy's favorite? Crackers and cheese and turkey? That was completely new to me because I don't ever remember eating anything besides sandwiches. And I remember eating, I might actually do a Facebook Live on this, liverwurst sandwiches. Liverwurst sandwiches, my mom would at the time they used to have, hold this close to my heart. They used to have these little mini loaves of Wonder Bread. They were about this big. And she would cut them down the middle, and she would layer it with liverwurst. That would be my favorite lunch ever. Love liverwurst. And I have another friend who's like, oh, I love liverwurst too. Let's do a wine tasting on it. With liverwurst with pickles and a pickle sandwich is the best thing ever. Might have to relive that. Maybe that's why I like pate. You can't get pate in every state now. Sure as hell can't get pate here in Remo, North Carolina. Don't say what again? No, I will not do spam. There will be no spam. There will be no Spam. I know that there's a lot of people who love like Spam and pineapple or Spam and pineapple pizzas or whatever. I can't. Unless we're like in the middle of like a war and I haven't eaten for like 10 days, I won't eat Spam. But I will eat liverwurst. But it's so bad for you. It's so like full of sodium, but it's full of a ton of iron. So like I was iron deficient as a kid. So like it's really good for those that are iron deficient. But seriously, now you got me craving. That's I think back to like my favorite lunches as a kid, and they were probably liver. And when my mom actually strayed from a like bologna sandwich and apple, it would have been like the liverwurst and Wonder Bread loaf. That was my favorite lunch ever. And to this day, I love pad thai. I love pad thai, but you can't get it everywhere because it's considered animal cruelty. Because it's the fat from the baby animals. Butter and strawberry jelly sandwich. My godmother used to make me what she called butter boats. It was basically like the crust of the bread with a big old dollop of butter in the middle of them. She called them butter boats. I couldn't get enough of that crap. Love butter boats. And she would serve it with Swiss Miss chocolate milk. She would do Swiss Miss, powder, milk, Swiss Miss powder, chocolate milk, and a butter boat. I love my godmother. She was amazing. She took such great care of me. Like my mom and dad were like super busy, so there were times where like she would take me for days. I loved her so much. But I still love her. She's still alive. And she actually came to my daughter's christening. So it was really interesting to have like my godmother, me, and my daughter all in one like picture. She's awesome. I just love her so much. There are some godmothers that are just really good godmothers. She was that one. She's just amazing. She's a really great, creative, loving mother. I want to be that kind of godmother. I don't think I'm gonna fulfill those shoes. I have a goddaughter. She's 20-something and married now. My brother's daughter. I'm surprised my brother would allow me. I have no napkins up here. I have nothing. Like I literally was like, to get this bottle open. Duck pate is very popular here. Is it? Because I know. I'm sorry. I'm like, because I have no napkins. I love duck pate. I love all kinds of pate. But like, there's certain states where it's actually illegal because it's considered cruelty to animals. I love pate. Pate with the champagne. If you guys haven't ever had pate with champagne, it's like souffle with the champagne. Heard it here first, right? And Tanya, being like the food specialist that you are, Tanya does like I would say catering. Like I don't even know what to say. What you do? You did not know that. Well, now you do. Try it. Tanya does this amazing stuff. She like cooks all this stuff, and she'll be like, she used to work with my husband. My husband's not there anymore, but she will like cooks all these meals and like kind of sells them to the people at the factory, at the plant. And she does all sorts of other stuff with the church and the community. Like freaking awesome woman. But yeah, she really good culinary, really good cooking skills. I had her over for dinner the other night. I feel like I completely failed you. I know, it was like literally I threw some like grilled hot dogs and hamburgers at her. And she's a vegetarian. Yep. We're halfway into this bowl. I don't know if you noticed, but I had like one bite of the pizza Lunchable. I have more than one bite of the turkey and cheese Lunchable. What is your blog? Carrie, I'll make sure that I put the address on. It's like hotmessmama.com. Yeah, I've got a blog. Am I that cliche? Carrie, am I that cliche? I feel like I'm putting all this information out into the like outer space. But I gotta believe there's other moms out there that are like me. Because we don't know the answers. We're totally making this crap up as we go along. We're totally making this stuff up as we go along. And we're trying to survive. And sometimes that means wine. And sometimes that means chocolate. Carrie, you have a blog too? You need to like instant message me your blog address. Oh, you blog a lot? Why did I not know that? Carrie, I have known Carrie since I was 15 years old. Why? Because like my best friend is her brother. I've known her. So maybe this is a good time for you to be signing off because it is 6. Okay. Sorry, we had a little mishap with the connection. I hope I didn't lose you, Carrie. Ooh, good. I got Carrie back. And I got Tanya back. Tanya, I hope everything's okay. Did you get any news today? Angela truly and honestly doesn't know anything. Did you get any news today? Or are you going to like go back into work on Monday and be like, holy crap? Well, if it makes you feel any better, I would love to enjoy a glass of red wine with you again. It was so fun having you over at my house the other night and nothing. Well, maybe that's a good thing. You've been there, I don't know. Tanya used to work with my husband. And the company is winding down. Yeah. I'm just hoping she's going to survive it. And if she doesn't, honestly, Tanya, if you don't, at least you'll get a pretty good severance package. And you can start something new. Okay. I am now, when we started this, I was just opening the bottle, and I'm probably 2/3 into the way of this. I'm not going to touch that pizza lunchable thing. Maybe I'll try to pass it up onto my kids tonight. But I'm going to continue to eat this cheese and turkey. Look at how sad. It's like processed. How disgusting is that? Like, oh my gosh. I can't believe people actually serve this to their children. And you know what? I would too. I would too. There will be a time where I will too. I don't know who the other person is that just signed on, but I love you and I'm so glad that you joined. I'm so much funner now that I'm 2/3 into this bottle, but I'm not drinking these Capri Suns, people. Saving those for the kids because they need some more sugar. But thank you for joining me. Congratulations, moms. You survived either sending your kids off to college, or you survived sending your kids off to school for the first time, or you just survived, period. Because that's what it's all about, right? Like, that is totally what it's all about. So, I love you all. I think you're awesome. I think you're amazing. And I think you did a great job in doing whatever it is that you did, because your kids are still alive. Nobody's bleeding. Everybody's fed. And they're somewhat clean. Kudos to you. And it is a Friday, and you need to enjoy yourself. And you need to give yourself a big thumbs up and say, you know what? I may not be perfect, but I'm good enough. And you know what? Good enough is great. Good enough is great. So congratulations for being good enough. And I love you, and I think you're awesome. So have a great weekend. Avoid the pizza lunchable. Grab yourself a glass of whatever is going to make today better. I love you much. And I'm thinking about next week, because next week's going to be Labor Day weekend, right? What do we do for Labor Day weekend? Like, I want to do something that's Labor Day themed. But what's Labor Day themed that I haven't done before? Like, I've done hot dogs, I've done hamburgers, I've done watermelon, I've done popsicles, I've done ice cream. Like, what do we do? What do we do? You need to tell me what we need to do next week. I love you, Tanya. And I love Kamaya. I love Kamaya. Kamaya's our daughter. Yeah. So, I would love feedback on what you want me to do a wine tasting on next Friday. Because I have no idea what to do, because we need to do something that's Labor Day themed, right? But I feel like I've done everything that's Labor Day themed. All right, y'all need to throw me a challenge. Throw me a challenge. Throw me a challenge. I love you all. I think you're awesome. Have a fabulous weekend. Know that you rock the mom world in my book, anyway. I love you much. I love you how much? 3/4 of a bottle much. Take care of yourselves, mamas. I love you. See you soon.